This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Monday, everyone. It's October 28th. I'm here with Brandon, Erica. I'm Jeff. Stephanie has the night off. Lucky girl. Let's jump right in.
The rabbit is back in the cage.
What was that?
That's how we're starting the week off?
My Stephanie impression.
That was your Stephanie
London
impression?
Yeah, I'm a little hoarse from the weekend. So.
Oh.
All right, we're going to get started now.
Great.
Ben Affleck has a new woman in his life. He's reportedly dating musician Katy Cherry. Not Katy Perry, Katy Cherry. Check out this photo. The two were playing poker on Saturday night, and this appears to be on the same night Ben had a sobriety slip-up. This video, also taken on Saturday night, shows him stumbling and having a hard time standing outside a Halloween party. The next day, he told a reporter, quote, that he won't let this derail his efforts to stay sober. And he's been open about his battle with alcohol addiction and has been to rehab multiple times. We here at DBL don't want to shame him for him struggling with this disease. And I think that's a good move. You know, I'm a big fan of Ben Affleck. He has been open in his struggles with alcohol. And I mean, everybody slips up, right?
Well, you know, here's the thing. What we have to be honest about is the fact that when it comes to drinking, there's kind of this fine line between life of the party and you have a substance abuse issue.
Yeah.
And generally, by the time that line gets blurred, someone is out of control, and you also have been depending on this person for some form of entertainment or like having a good time on a Friday or Saturday night, or maybe on a Tuesday. So the lines do get blurred, but we have to kind of keep an eye on our friends for the same reason, because this happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, you wonder with this Katy Cherry, the new girlfriend, you wonder how much of it is she going to sit back and take, or she's going to allow him to ever slip and like really go down that downward spiral, because you're going from a Jennifer Gardner who we saw the way she handled it in the press. She took him to Jack in the Box, and then took him to rehab, and was pretty amicable with the way that she handled his sobriety and taking him to rehab with having the kids. So this new girlfriend, or whoever it's going to be, because it could be a fling, you never know, it's Hollywood, they're dating someone new every couple months, but I want to see how this new woman, this Katy Cherry, kind of handles his sobriety and handle him, you know, if he slips up.
But maybe that's not her role. I mean, you see a lot of people, especially Ben Affleck's age, and you have someone like a Jennifer Garner, and she's really kept things on the rails. And a lot of times people pull away from people who keep you on the rails because they're looking for somebody who they can simply have fun with.
Well, I hope he gets back on track, no matter who it is, not only for himself, for his wife, or for Jennifer Garner, his kids, most importantly. All right, guys, we're learning new information tonight on the raging wildfires in California. Celebrities are among the thousands evacuating their homes, including Josh Duhamel and Kate Hudson, and actress Kristen Davis, who posted this photo to Twitter showing the fire very close to where she lives, but she says everyone in her family is safe. That's good news. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, who also evacuated, tweeted a thank you to first responders. And then there's LeBron James, who left his home as well. His family saying the fires left his family with he's okay. He's saying they're no joke. There we go.
And he got a lot of backlash on this as well, and I get it. I understand that there are like thousands of people that are being affected with this, but when the celebrity tweets it out, then everyone's like, oh, my heart and my condolences.
Right.
Like our hearts and condolences are out there for everyone. You know, it's just that we are entertainment-based TV. We're an entertainment, celebrity-driven culture, so we're obviously going to highlight those tweets. But it just goes to, we've all lived in LA, you know, at some point, and we look at that as the pinnacle where we're trying to get to in our careers. But it just goes to show us, God, Mother Nature, whatever it is you believe in, she ain't having that. She ain't having that. You know what I mean? It can be taken away at any time, so we always need to stay grounded.
Well, I've never lived in LA, but I have been in Colorado for 10 years. And I mean, wildfires, in terms of wildfires, when you have to have your friends are evacuating, it gets very dangerous very quickly. So it's not a joking matter. And I think that when we're talking about celebrities, I think what it really does is bring forth issues that other people are facing. It's just that they have bigger platforms.
Exactly. Yeah, and I do have a friend I just got off the phone with saying, are you okay out there? And he sent me pictures from his front lawn, and you can see the smoke. So it's getting close for everybody, not just celebrities, like you said, everybody out there. All right, guys, Real Housewives of New Jersey stars Teresa and Joe Giudice appeared together for a special with Bravo's Andy Cohen for the first time since Joe went to prison. Joe was featured via satellite from Italy, where he's staying while waiting out his deportation case. But the two went back and forth over rumors of cheating. Let's watch.
Joe, were you faithful to Teresa while she was in jail?
I was, actually, yeah.
Teresa, have you been faithful to Joe while he was away?
What's he saying? I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think she's been faithful, Joe?
No, I don't think so. No.
Do I feel like he was faithful?
Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay, well, this is new information.
Do I feel like he was faithful?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I shot the clerk. I think they're both lying.
This is so crazy. First of all, it is so clear that they do not want to be together any longer.
No.
In their defense, though, it's been about 4 years since they've even seen each other outside of the clink. So a lot of things change in 4 years. But you have this back and forth. The headline of this situation is that they are traveling to Italy. Teresa and their 4 girls are traveling to Italy to stay with Joe for a couple weeks. Bravo is filming this entire thing. So I think that a part of this exchange had to do with, we want to give them something, but we can't give them everything, because if they gave them everything last night, then we wouldn't have anything to watch when they air their reunion special, so to speak. Another thing was, another headline no one's talking about is Joe Giudice said that he had it harder in the 7 months that he was locked up in ICE custody than he did in the 4 years that he was in prison. So that's a headline in itself that no one's talking about. But these 2 people do not want to be together, nor do I think they should.
No, and they're going to use Bravo for that paycheck. And I think that, 1, the cheating that they both kind of alluded to, but 2, she has a lifestyle. Those kids have grown up in pretty much Hollywood. Those kids are celebrities now. She's a celebrity now. She doesn't want to be the Real Housewife of Milan. No, she wants to stay and have the life, have the inner circle that she's running with, have that sort of celebrity. Like, is she going to be a celebrity in Italy? Absolutely not.
I'd be a housewife of Milan for sure.
But when you're a big star like this woman,
she's not
like
a big star. I mean,
she's big enough. We're talking about her, and this is DBL.
So you know it's got to be the top of the food chain if we're talking about her.
I shot the clerk. I shot the clerk.
That was a My Cousin Vinny reference, in case you didn't get that one. That's what she sounded like.
Wow.
Erica, we're doing a week like this.
You see how I shout out our show, Erica?
Yeah, I did.
See?
Way to go.
All right, guys. Speaking top of the food chain, Jennifer Aniston is setting the record straight on a Friends reboot. Raquel, what's going on?
Well, Jeff, I have good news and bad news for Friends fans. Let's call this the one with the secret project. Today, Jennifer Aniston revealed the cast is working on something, but it's not a reboot, but didn't shut out the idea of it possibly being a movie. Now, she recently took Instagram by storm by getting the entire crew back together for an epic selfie that broke the internet. Her new account made history by reaching 1 million followers in just over 5 hours. Now, DBL Nation, do you want to see what the Friends have in the works?
All right, thank you, Raquel. Now those are stars.
All right.
Wow, you won't even give it to them.
No, I'm just not a big Friends person. I saw Jennifer Aniston kiss Ellen on Ellen today, though. That was pretty.
There you go.
Awkward.
Shout out to our competition. Yeah. All right, we all remember Lady Gaga in this gorgeous periwinkle blue gown. She wore it to the Golden Globes Award, and the dress is going to auction this week, but under some fishy circumstances. The housekeeper of Gaga's room at the Beverly Hilton says she found the dress, which was left behind. She gave it to the lost and found, but no one claimed it. You guys follow me? So the hotel, they gave it back to the housekeeper, who wants to cash in on it now.
This story is so strange because that dress is big as all get out. How do you just find? That's like, I found this car. Like, it's the strangest thing.
That's
like,
true.
One, how did people just walk away and no one thought to bring it along? And then the idea that it's been a long time and no one's been looking for it until it popped back up on auction.
Yeah.
It's a very strange thing. I think that we're being had. I think that this is actually a publicity stunt.
By who, though?
To try and sell.
I think that they are developing a movie called Made in Beverly Hills. It's going to be a sequel to J-Lo's Made in Manhattan. And this is how they're getting the word out.
Wow.
Mark my words.
So who's going to play the housekeeper then? See?
Demi Lovato. I don't know where I came up with that.
I'm just mad because I can't get my iPhone charger back, but they can get a dress back. Like, I don't understand that. What's going on here? Lost and found?
Yeah.
The housekeepers get to keep lost and found stuff?
I didn't know that.
Maybe they have a lot. Actually, yes, there's a lost and found raffle. I used to work for a hotel chain when I was in high school, and there would be a lost and found raffle.
Well, next time I swing by the Beverly Hilton, I might go check out the lost and found.
It's for employees.
Al Pacino's hat. I don't know. All right, guys, this weekend brought out everyone's best Halloween costumes. Of course, celebs got in the fun as well. Here's Jessica Biel and her husband, Justin Timberlake, from his NSYNC days.
There's something about this that makes me feel weird inside.
Justin was the microphone there. And Kylie Jenner's 20-month-old baby, Stormi, went as her mom.
Again,
from the
weird
Met
inside.
Gala. Wow, okay. And Gabrielle Union went as her character from the movie Bring It On.
Yes.
Go East Compton Clovers. And Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Lisa Rinna channeled her inner J-Lo, rocking Jennifer Lopez's famous Versace dress.
Yes, she did.
She likes to
doing that same dance.
Anytime you get that dance. What do you think about Kylie Jenner's daughter dressing up as Kylie Jenner?
That's one of those, I mean, is it one of those narcissistic things? Like, oh, you want to...
A little bit. I would think so. That's what I was going for.
It looked cute. I'm not a Halloween person anyway, so Erica, I don't want to be a gloomy Gus.
Yeah. I think the other thing is I always get a little weirded out when little girls are sexy, like sexualized like that. Like that, I mean, that her look was a sexy look. So to have a version of that for your daughter, I don't.
She's covered up.
It's just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I see where you're going.
It's too mature.
Okay.
It's way too mature.
She's the gloomy Gus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where'd you get that one?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Remember?
What's a gloomy Gus?
It's like the bearer of bad news.
I'm a gloomy Gus?
Yeah, just now you took that. It was supposed to be Halloween, little kid dressed up.
Okay, I'm not the only one who thinks that this child doesn't need to be looking like that.
There it goes.
I was just waiting. I was letting you guys poke each other, and there it goes. Light a little fire for the week. DBL's live, and coming up, co-host Lindsey Granger talks with actor Zachary Momo about his role in the new follow-up to The Shining. He reveals what Stephen King thinks about the scary sequel. Plus, John Legend and Chrissy Teigen share their pick for the 2020 presidential election. But do celebrity endorsements influence your vote? We share your DBL take next. Plane.
You think so? I always get
like a little something when I fly in planes.
And I only did sideline reporting this weekend, so I didn't have to talk like I did for color commentary. So I would think that my voice would be all right, but it's still raspy.
If you have a long weekend and you're flying, and then it's cold, it's really cold here in Denver right now. We just had a snowstorm last night.
It took an hour 15 to get here from the airport this morning when I flew in and come straight to set.
That's tough, man. That's tough. I couldn't do that. I mean, if you have to, you have to.
I'll remind you tomorrow, earlier call time.
Same thing, right?
Let's go back to Halloween costumes. Erica, what are you dressing up as?
Okay, cool.
And please let it be something good. Like, don't let it be basic. You're not a basic person, Kyle. Go.
This Halloween, I am going to go as Erica Cobb, DBL co-host, doing the 5:30 show. Because that's where we're gonna be.
Yeah, I don't really want to dress up for Halloween. Like, I don't want to go pick out costumes.
You would go out on Thursday night?
I'm not going out.
See, everyone partied, I think, this weekend. Like, Saturday was the night, you know what I mean? And then we can't dress up. Like, what if there was, like, a breaking news or something that was very serious, and we're dressed like a clown?
Banana Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, you know. Gloomy Gus.
You guys, come on, DBL Nation. You guys know what a gloomy Gus is, right? Oh, you guys and gals know what a gloomy Gus is. Come on, right in. Help me out here. I'm trying to throw it back.
I got you. I just think it's funny.
What's your reference? I Shot the Clerk? What is that?
Yeah. You don't get that?
What is it?
I Shot the Clerk.
My cousin Vinny. Remember?
I Shot the Clerk.
I Shot the Clerk. Welcome back to DBL. John Legend and wife Chrissy Teigen are on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine, and we've seen the couple go head-to-head with President Trump, and they won't be voting for him next year, obviously. They endorsed Elizabeth Warren instead as their 2020 presidential pick, saying she has a, quote, wealth of knowledge and experience. So DBL Nation, do celebrities influence your vote? Let's get right to their comments, Brandon.
All right, Scarlett says, if celebrities influence everyone's vote, the country would go down the tubes really quick. Wake up, people. Celebs only sing and act. They do nothing beyond that. I can't agree. I can't completely agree with that, Scarlett, because I feel as though a lot of celebrities, when they use their platform or because of their gift, they're able to have experiences that your everyday person doesn't get to have. So they get to see some things. They get to see certain injustices. Now, all I do is listen a little bit to what they put out there. Then I go do my own research on whichever candidate it is. I suggest you and all of DBL Nation do the same.
Mary says, celebrities are citizens. They have just as much right to voice opinions as any other citizen. Mary, I agree with you. And a lot of people get concerned that celebrities are influencing their followers, and maybe they are. But what they're also doing is putting their ideologies and what's important to them politically in the forefront, and that's to the masses. So whether you agree or disagree, they're highlighting the issues, they're highlighting the candidates, and they're also highlighting your civic responsibility to vote.
Gail says, celebs have a great platform to encourage young people to use their right to vote. Little John teamed up with Rock the Vote, and it led to thousands of people registering to vote. Gail, you had a great point there, and I totally am on board with that fact. If celebs get together to say, hey, go out and vote, I'm with that. But to Erica's point, what she was bringing up, is that I don't want Taylor Swift tweeting out who she's voting for to our 122 million Swifties. That's a huge impact. If Kim Kardashian, who has 150 million followers on Instagram, led people to vote for who she wanted to instead of people going out and doing their own due diligence on who's better for them, then I kind of have a problem with. But I do see your point. They are influencing them and getting people out there to vote. So, like Brandon said, do your work. Do your due diligence.
Rodney says no, but unfortunately, many low information voters vote how their favorite celebrity tells them to. And Rodney, I think that's like truly unfortunate, because the more you learn about this stuff, it's actually pretty fascinating. And you realize how not only you're affected, but a lot of your friends and family members are as well. So once again, do your due diligence. This message was approved by Brandon London.
Coming up on DBL, co-host Lindsey Granger chats with actor Zachary Momo. He gives us an inside look at the new historical drama about Harriet Tubman's life. Coming up.
Welcome to Fast Blast Entertainment Edition, where I give you some headlines you may have missed. First off, I'd like to say congratulations to Dave Chappelle, who accepted the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. He says comedy saved his life in his acceptance speech, and lots of other celebrities paid tribute to him, like Eddie Murphy, who calls Chappelle the most intellectual comedian ever. And Prince was known for being a musical genius, but it turns out he may not have been a fan of pop music. In a new letter published in a biography called The Beautiful Ones, Prince expressed his distaste for Ed Sheeran and Katy Perry's music. He says the music industry was ramming that music down our throats. Now, the entire book comes out tomorrow. And speaking of biographies, Rachel Weisz is going to play Elizabeth Taylor in a new biopic. It's called A Special Relationship, and the story will be told through the lens of her friendship with an assistant. So, DBL Nation, what do you think of the casting? And this is it for the headlines. See you next time.
We're chatting with Angela Kinsey, a.k.a. Angela from The Office, about her uptight, cat-loving character and a possible reunion of The Office. Join the conversation on the next Daily Blast Live.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. You may not know his name just yet, but you might recognize his face. Zachary Momo talked to co-host Lindsey Granger about his role in the film about Harriet Tubman and what her legacy means to him. Plus, he's in the follow-up to The Shining, and guess what? He's afraid of horror movies, and that's in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Zachary, welcome to DBL. We're so happy to have you on. You star in the upcoming biopic Harriet about abolitionist Harriet Tubman. You play her husband, John.
Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Harriet Tubman.
And why do you think now is a good time for this movie to be released?
Well, I'm surprised to find out that there's still a lot of people that don't actually know who Harriet Tubman is. So many people in our history that could help us moving in our future. So Harriet Tubman is one of those trailblazers that I think everyone needs to know of. For Harriet to do what she did, it had to mean more than just saving a whole bunch of people. I think the root of what Harriet was doing was love. I think in this day and age, where there's so much discord, so much separation in different aspects of life, this movie and being a part of this movie has given me almost that regeneration of what it means to truly love for your fellow person, your fellow folk, your sister, your brother, your friend, even your enemy.
Right, agreed. What do you think about the production of the $20 bill with Harriet Tubman's face on it getting delayed for 6 years?
6 years? See, I didn't even know that. See, that's the first time I'm hearing that it's getting delayed for 6 years. I think it should have happened yesterday. It should have happened a year ago. It should have happened the moment they put whoever else they put on a dollar bill. You know, I think it's something that's worth putting now, not just for awareness sake, but also as a tribute to an American hero and a black hero.
You're also in Dr. Sleep, the sequel to The Shining, which has a huge cult following. I mean, who can forget Jack Nicholson's iconic scenes? Do you feel any pressure to live up to that movie with this one?
No, I think Stephen King is really giving us the good thumbs up with this one. I feel like it's different. I think it plays some homage, obviously, to Kubrick, but most importantly, it stays with Stephen King's book. You know, and so we get the best of both worlds, which is Stephen King's ideology, Stephen King's great storytelling. I'm not a big fan of horror movies, mainly because I can't sit through them by myself and watch them on my own. I need like a whole group of people around me.
Same.
So,
well, we're so excited to see you in action. Zachary, thank you again for talking with us.
Thank you. Bye.
Great interview, Lindsey. What a great guy. We'll be right back, guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Paul's here, retired investigator and retired FBI task force officer as well. And you're doing some consulting now. So when you get the call, whether it's the FBI or some sort of detectives, what is it that you take? How do you pick and choose which cases you're actually going to take and help out on?
Well, you know, the cases that I've worked that I always gravitated towards are cases in which the offender and the victim, there is close personal contact. Okay. Because with those cases, not only do you have the likelihood that evidence is being exchanged, you also have the emotions being expressed between the offender and the victim. So there's behaviors that can be interpreted, and those behaviors often give motive as to why that offender decided to go after that victim. It gives an investigative lead.
So I watched on First 48 one time because I'm like Jeff when it comes to a crime series. It's almost like your timeline is going backwards to reconnect the dots when it comes to solving one of these cold cases.
Yeah, right. And you know, I've worked cases as far back as into the early 1960s. Wow. But my method is always starting at the crime scene, because that's where the offender and the victim had that last interaction. And then it's moving on from there. And of course, it's assessing the behaviors at the crime scene. It's assessing the physical evidence. And then what can modern technology do today? And then now marching down the investigative paths that I can then discern out of that scene, out of what happened to the victim.
Let's talk about that modern technology, because you said you've worked cases that were, you said back in the 60s. Now, how much of it today is when it comes to solving a crime, how much of it is modern technology and old school detective work?
It's always both. Now, modern technology such as getting that DNA hit, you search the FBI's database and you get the name, but then you still have to do the investigative follow-up. But there are cases in which you have DNA evidence and it hasn't hit on anybody. Wow. And now you have to do the boots on the ground, gumshoe detective work in order to try to solve the case. You're always doing both.
Oh, I mean, that's so fascinating. And I mean, did you study this growing up? Like, what is it that brought you into this world?
What actually brought me into this world was a TV show called Quincy.
Really?
Yeah, out in 1970s, and he was a forensic pathologist that was not only doing the autopsies, but he was also an investigator. He was also a criminalist, you know, and I just became fascinated with this character and said, that's what I want to do for my life.
Wow. And now with the hashtag and you doing the TV shows, like you get in this celebrityism in a way. Like, what's that been like? People noticing you out there on the streets?
I've had some people that have come up to and said, I know exactly who you are, you know, and they want to take a picture with me, and they've all been great. I absolutely love interacting with all those people, but I don't pay much attention to that. I just kind of go do my thing, and once I'm done, I don't watch myself, I don't listen to myself, and I just live my life.
Well, thanks again for joining DBL, being on the panel.
Pleasure.
Make sure you guys check out his new show.
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, we want to honor a Hollywood legend who passed away over the weekend. Producer Robert Evans died on Saturday. He was the force behind many classics, including The Godfather, Rosemary's Baby, Love Story, and Chinatown, just to name a few. He was known for his unique style and big personality. Robert Evans was just 89 years old.
And had such a cool nickname. Bobby Shades is what they used to call him.
I mean, when I think of this guy, I think of old Hollywood. You know, he was the producer of The Godfather, which, Brandon, you still have never seen.
Still haven't seen. Thanks for throwing me under the bus.
Are you going to see it now?
Yeah, for Bobby Shades, of course I am.
This one's for Bobby Shades.
Isn't it like a 4 or 5 part series, though?
I think it's 3 parts.
All right.
I think it's 3 parts.
I'll give you a solid 2.
Dude. All right, give me 2 and you're all good, because those are important ones. Shout out to Bobby Shades. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Happy Monday, everybody.